forgot about needing to set things. Anyways, hello. Oh, we're live. In case you're curious why as I was kind of stalling because, well, I've been playing through Rune Factory 3 Special. And honestly, I do want to do a series on the game one day. I'm not sure. Or when. I do know it's not going to be for the immediate future since, well, I already have everything planned out. Shouldn't it be a parent's love for a child? Do I want to try leveling up my...
You're going down!
Like, my relationship with the Rune Factory series is actually a very interesting one. I actually first found out about it back when Nintendo Power was like a magazine and not a podcast. It is like I really need to start listening to more episodes since
I was just warming up.
It's still around. Like I don't. If only I like started like editing my streams down, I probably would have it in the background or something.
You're going down.
Only I could like.
I beg of thee to reveal thy glory.
I'd actually just listen to it at work, but the problem is that, well, I don't exactly get the best reception and I don't know the Wi-Fi rules for... But anyways, I found out about it for the first one, which they covered pretty extensively, and the first one was actually a really big success. It's why Rune Factory is the franchise it is today. Hell, I'd even say it's eclipsed Harvest Moon. So long story short, I never saw a physical copy, unfortunately. If I did, I probably would have gotten into it much sooner, but I kind of forgot about it. Then Rune Factory 4 for the 3DS came out. I picked it up and I absolutely loved it. Then, of course, the I forget if it was the publisher or developer or went bankrupt, and well, I wasn't sure if I would see another game. Like, I figured if I got successful in some field, I might track down used copies of the first 3 games as well as those 2 console games. Then I was caught off guard by them announcing Rune Factory 5 as well as Rune Factory 4 Specialist. I actually wound up double dipping. And in getting 4 or Special, even though the 3DS version was perfectly fine, and Rune Factory 5 was a good game. Like, I'd still say 8-4 overall was better, but like, I can see them actually ironing out the flaws for Rune Factory 6.
Don't overdo it.
And it's like, it's flaws I can understand why they exist, since, well, it had to change. Not only did it have to change developers, but the franchise actually went into 3D for the first time. Now, I do feel you could have argued that they should have taken advantage of... of 3D more, like they could have done some, like, 3D platforming or something.
Take them down quickly. Don't overdo it.
But still, like, it's not bad for, like, the first effort.
Don't overdo it.
Bad for, like, the franchise's 3D debut.
Don't overdo it.
Like, one thing I would be actually really interested in seeing would be, like, plants who need to be at certain elevations. Needs to grow.
Let's go all out.
Or alternatively, like, plants should grow on vines and, like, you can get to really ridiculous heights. Like, if you go high enough, you can, like, get a ton of tomatoes or peas.
To inferior beings?
Number 7.
Ooh, maybe perhaps coconuts? Yeah? Okay.
Alright, let's go! Watch this! Out of my sight!
Oh, didn't know I had that skill.
Don't overdo it. Don't overdo it.
To inferior beings? To inferior beings?
Vow number 7. Justice and...
Where was I? Oh yeah, like, if they were to actually introduce, like, mechanics that require you to actually be certain elevation, that would be really
Take
fun.
them down quickly.
I guess there is one other complaint, but it's something that, like, isn't exclusive to me. Like, I can't let us, like, date older characters. Like, if you want to, like, if you're into guys and you want to do that, you're fine, but, like, there were several older women who probably we could have dated that we couldn't for whatever reason. Like, the first boss, for example. Like, at least in Rune Factory 4, or you actually could date all the 4 Guardians.
going down.
Aren't we close?
Like, I can understand that it might be a bit awkward with the mechanics if like they added like a widow you could date since, well, perhaps you had a child mechanic. Although that would be an interesting story.
Take this! To inferior beings? It's the wrong guy to mess with.
Don't you guys let up?
Aren't we close?
Whoops.
Don't overdo it.
Inferior beings?
Angel feathers.
To inferior beings? Just as I expected.
I mostly say that because, well, in general, the Rune Factory series tends to have, like, its bachelorettes on the younger side, which I wouldn't mind if it was just one character and, like, but there should be, like, an equal number of, like, like, honestly, if it was up to me, I'd make it so that there were two younger, like, lolly characters. Or there's two characters that are the same age as the main character, or at least, like, slightly older, like, maybe perhaps 1 or 2 years, like, assuming, of course, the characters are supposed to be, like, in their late teens, early 20s, like, 18... or so, like... And then the last two bachelorettes, I would actually have it in their, like, late 20s, early 30s, perhaps. I mean, technically speaking, there is one older woman, Margaret, but that's not exact, but that's kind of cheating since, well, she's an elf. And before you ask, in Rune Factory, elves use who drastically outlast humans in kind. In fact, it's actually a plot point as part of her romance story. I did romance with Margaret, in case you're curious. let's see here. I could actually think of one way they could use a character's age, like, have her be afraid of getting close to someone because she actually had... Like, I don't think it's established how long humans live in the Rune Factory universe, so you could have it be that, like, they live twice as long or so. So, like, someone in their 50s... Oh, it's just, like, they age much slower, so that, like, someone in their 60s or maybe even 70s would be, like, in their mid to late 30s, basically. Appearance-wise, obviously. Or you could have her, like, be a vampire or something. Like, I don't think...
One right after another.
Admittedly, I'm just throwing out ideas off the top of my head. I could probably come up with something better than just let me have a moment. Please. That's all I'm asking.
To inferior beings? Just as I expected.
Like, if they did actually want to have her... Or was, like, experience, so to say. I think I was trying to use this earlier, but... Basically, is...
Now you ready for this?
Remember this, like, this one, like, motherly figure who... Now, who would be this thing first, and it would turn out that you were non-perfect. Or if someone who used to love, like, lost contact with. Take your pick of if he just moved away or died. And you'd help her get over that? Feels odd that it's purple instead of, like...
Give them no quarter.
I'm having Pokemon on Ruby and Sapphire flashbacks. You know how, like, in the days you'd, like, walk back? Back between panels.
To inferior beings?
Admittedly, there were other sections where the...
Reinforcements,
one other thing I'd like to see Rune Factory do, and this I think is not that far out of the question, is I'd like to port the rest of the games to modern systems, like at least the Switch. Like, I'd be okay. Specifically, I'd like to see like a dual release of 1 and 2, as well as Frontier and Rise of Destiny. Because it would be really nice to have them all on the same system. Plus, I imagine that there's quite a few people who, like me, got into the series with 4.
Let's get started.
Or who would be more than happy to like play remastered versions of the older games.
Don't overdo it. First up!
I beg of you, reveal thy glory.
Ready for this?
Angel feathers.
No, you ain't. Keep this, superior beings. First
Don't overdo it.
You picked the wrong guy to mess with. Reinforcements, huh?
Don't overdo it. Don't overdo it.
Like, for
Your beings?
if I was going to do, I'm not sure or what I would do for a Rune Factory series, since, well, unless I was to get my hands on 1 and 2, as well as the 2 console games,
Don't overdo
it would
it.
be mainly just replaying it. Like,
Good job, everyone.
a harem mode you could do, like, that would be fun.
We can do it.
Don't overdo it. Don't overdo it.
You picked the wrong guy to...
Like, honestly, I would actually be okay if, like, they added rivals to like, Rune Factory and like, I'm okay with, like, not marrying everyone, like...
To inferior beings? To inferior beings? Just as I expected. Guardian!
I can't
Demon
concentrate.
Ray! Guardian!
Don't overdo it.
A bag of beats revealed our power. Angel feathers.
Don't overdo it.
Ready for this?
Don't overdo it.
Hammer. Stalagmite.
Don't overdo it.
To inferior
Don't
beings?
come back. Here comes more of them.
Don't overdo it.
A bag of beats revealed our power. Angel feathers.
Don't overdo it. Work.
Ready for this?
Don't overdo it. Aren't we clever?
Inferior beings?
Don't overdo it.
Jesus! You picked the wrong guy to met.
Don't let up. Work.
Like, there's actually something really funny about my experience with Rune Factory 3. Like, if you don't know, for like 4 and 5, they both had the tradition of like, had the, I guess, I'm not sure if tradition is the right term to use, or if I should refer to it as practice. Like,
Take
but
them down
both of them featured their 2 characters from the previous game.
Don't overdo
Rune
it.
Factory 4 featured Doug and Margaret, and
Don't overdo it.
Rune Factory
Inferior beings?
Rune Factory 5 featured Doug and Margaret, and Rune Factory 4 features
To inferior
Just
beings?
as I expected.
Raven and... Let me look it up. Oh. Okay, slight correction. It turns out, I thought that Barrett was actually a character from Rune Factory 3. Turns out he's actually from Rune Factory 2, so regardless. I bring this up because, well, given the fact that not only did I... Later, not right now. Do you want that steak? Okay. What's potato? Yeah.
do it! Sorry.
No, you!
Get him!
Tate!
Sonic thrust.
Tate!
Work.
Demon Fang!
Don't overdo it. First aid.
Get him! Lightning!
No, Tate!
Anyway, just as I was saying earlier, like,
All right.
I would have guessed that I would gravitate towards Raven, since, well, I'm the most familiar with Raven, but I'm actually having a hard time deciding between two different bachelorettes. Daria and Karina. Or Karuna, I think is her name is. I think what I might do is, I might marry Daria in this playthrough. And when I actually stream the game, I'll go for Karina. The Horned Monster Girl.
Let's get started!
Of course, this assumes, like, people are fine with me having the battle so that I end up just going after.
Sonic thrust.
If you guys want me to go after Rosé,
Tate! Inferior beings?
All talk, no action.
let me look at the other bachelorettes since I do not have them memorized. If you guys wanted me to go after, say, Pia or Shara instead, and I'd be more than happy to do so. Accidentally minimized everything. I remember that there was one that was like really hard to pull off because like you. Yeah, like. Like, Rune Factory 1, I actually feel does need a remake, since, well, they're actually, if you wanted to marry the character May, well, the only real way is... Well, specifically, if you want to marry her, you need a level 80 plus Love Snapper, which is very hard to catch even if you have the fully upgraded rod. Also, if you... Oh, Misty Bloom Cave is only open in the winter. Like, I think that what they should do is add, like, some quest that lets you, like, randomly raise an item's level. Or at the very least, add some potion that lets you, like, raise an item... is the level of all fish you capture. And for Misty Bloom Cave, just let you freeze over the water temporarily with a spell or something.
Good job, everyone! Lloyd, look!
Stop! Reinforcements, huh?
Work.
Barrier beings?
Don't overdo it.
Feel thy glory. Angel feathers!
So anyways, what I'm thinking I'll do for this stream is...
You came to rescue... Yep. Yes.
There is no time to be celebrated. We
Take
still
care
need
of
to take care of
Magnus.
Assistant Governor General Neal is taking the people imprisoned here to... Our job is to
Door finally mobilized. I'm not sure if it's in the control that leads to a room filled with sparkling lights and Of course! Be careful, everyone!
Don't overdo it. Don't overdo it. Don't overdo it.
Get him! Aqua Egg!
To inferior beings? The wrong guy to...
Don't let up. Don't overdo it.
Just as I expected.
I'm just gonna go back and heal up. I do know, however, that with the exception of the last one where I take the left one, the correct answer is always going to be just follow the one that isn't guarded.
Sorry.
Don't overdo it.
Take no, you! Guardian! No, you!
Work. Demon Fang.
No, you! Demon Fang! Take this!
First aid.
Take this!
Don't overdo it.
Guardian! Take Guardian!
Pancake time.
Guardian!
Stalagmite.
Demon Fang! To inferior
Good
beings?
job, everyone.
I'm curious what that guard's orders were. Was he like saying... Was he like... Were the guards hearing her told, do not leave your patrol under any circumstances, which...
So this is the control room.
So, the Forsaken Chosen and her entourage of vermin have finally arrived.
Forsaken.
You got it mixed up, Magnius. You're the one that's forsaken. Your time here is up.
We're surrounded.
Just like a bunch of stupid vermin. I know your every move. And I know about those inferior beings.
How did Neil get in there?
That's a projector. A product of Magi Tech.
It's a device that displays images.
Oh,
Everything you...
How so? We can rescue...
Big words from someone whose futile actions caused the disaster at his sail... I know. How about I recreate... Watch. Island Le... No. Come on now. I'll be more than happy. Just like Marble.
Marble?
Oh, but I do, my little chocolat. I heard...
Wait, it wasn't like, but the designs turned...
Lloyd.
No! Chocolat!
Damn it!
Leave me alone! I'd rather... You mustn't say things. Don't throw... Door will save me.
Technically speaking, Lloyd didn't kill Marble. I think Marble actually...
Stop!
Let's go!
Don't overdo it.
To inferior beings?
All right.
Damn it! How could you idiot?
I mean, you could have fought us from the gate.
Fine, I'll put an end. You really think you're gonna live through this?
I mean, if the story is going to progress...
Watch this!
I can't
Here we go.
concentrate.
Demon Fang!
Demon Fang!
Great stuff! Fireball!
Demon Fang!
Angel feathers! Get him! Aqua Egg!
Take this!
First aid! Demon Fang!
Reveal like No!
Sorry.
Don't overdo it.
No, you first aid! Demon Fang!
Party members out mid-battle.
Demon Fang!
Don't overdo it.
First aid!
Bag of beach reveal Are you ready? Angel feathers!
Don't overdo it. First aid!
I beg of
Don't overdo it. First aid!
Angel feathers!
Don't overdo it. First aid!
Item Doom Blast!
Don't overdo it. Aren't we clever? Take this! It's first aid!
Sorry.
There!
Don't overdo it.
Get him!
Don't overdo it.
Tiger Wing! Get him! Tiger Ball!
Don't overdo it.
From behind would like be an instant guard break. I can probably beat him.
Don't overdo it. First aid. Take this. First aid.
Pancake time! Stalagmite!
There!
Don't overdo it.
Pancake time! Stalagmite!
I lost to a
Yes,
bunch of
first try.
kids.
And don't come back!
Hey.
How? How could a superior half-elf like me?
It's because you are a fool, Magnius. Crucius has accepted Colette as the Chosen.
What?
That's right. Colette is going to regenerate the world. We're not gonna lose to...
So, you're... Then... I was deceived.
Well, at least he got to die by realizing the truth.
Lloyd!
So something interesting happened at work. Or today, namely the power went out out in the middle of my job, but it wasn't really a big
They should
deal
allow
since,
the...
well,
What about the egg? Without key crests,
Can't we just take...
it's dangerous to attempt to remove an
oh,
exfil
long story
lacking a
short,
key
I just
crest.
deliver mail for a
Imagine only.
living.
Then we can ask...
Not like a
let's
mailman,
contact
I
my
just
dad.
deliver mail
We
around
can
an
work out
office
the
complex.
details later.
Are you serious?
Rain, if you do that...
At the very least, we'll deal a major... If we're going to strike them, it should be thorough.
Rain?
Remember, Genus,
Is the plot twist going to be revealed that Genus and Rain are
I've set
actually
the
the
self-destruct-
Scions? I'm going to guess not.
I must...
I have a slight problem with you. Please realize what I'm trying to do.
Rodile! There was no order to eliminate the Chosen, was there?
Collecting gold for me, attempting to eliminate the Chosen. Well, I...
Damn it! Lord, you...
Well, since I've beaten that, let's check out the Thun and the Geyser, or whatever it's called. Well, that would certainly make sense, although I honestly kind of thought that this would be kind of like Cthulhu Saves the World, where you actually encounter this group of heroes who, well, since you're playing as Cthulhu, are technically villains, and you defeat them, but, like, they're never actually mentioned again. Like, funny story about that. Like, the original plan was going to be that you'd fight them throughout the game, but the devs actually forgot. Not until, like, the last dungeon or so, but they decided to be funny and have reality ensue, since basically having the heroes forget to level grind, meaning that you'll just find them a mild annoyance at best. So I mentioned I want to, like, try getting into video essays. The thing I'm not entirely sure about is what the format I want them to be. Like, there's this one VTuber called Question Mark the VTuber.
Wash tub.
Wow,
That's their full
like
title, by the way. I'm not sure how you're actually supposed to say that, since, well, I haven't heard anyone refer to
What's wrong?
to them.
Nothing.
It looks fun. Yeah, Raid. Ah!
Professor Sage, are you afraid of water or something?
I was just starting to say,
I mean, I can think of one reason why Rain might not want to get in those. Those don't exactly look the sturdiest. I've actually been to Yellowstone, so this does kind of remind me of that. Admittedly, it was a long time ago, so I don't remember much, and I don't think it erupted when I was there, unfortunately. So, you may have noticed that even though I've said that one of my specialties is modded games, there is one game I have not said anything about streaming, being that you'd think would be like a no-brainer for someone like me. That's Skyrim, but it's not for the reason you're thinking. I actually do really enjoy it, but it's actually because I'm waiting for a particular mod. Odyssey of the Dragonborn. It's a sequel to this other mod I played quite a bit of, Legacy of the Dragonborn. Really impressive stuff. It's a museum mod. Odyssey basically continues the story, like, we'll be going international in Odyssey of the Dragonborn. I'm waiting for it because they're actually trying to do something a bit unique. See, in Skyrim, you're not supposed to, like, install mods, at least that add content. Like, texture mods and bug fixes, I think, are okay. You're not supposed to install content mods mid-playthrough. The devs for Odyssey of the Dragonborn are trying to find a workaround for that, so that you won't have to, like, reset, because Odyssey is so big that you'll have to, like, wait in between each chapter. Like, they have 8 total chapters. They're actually trying to see if they can use dummy plugins. Like, you would start with the first part. There's another reason why. Oh. Does this mean we get Sheena early? Because that would actually be pretty cool. Yeah, it is a really big mod. It actually has support for a bunch of other mods. I did make that painting submod for it I may have mentioned a while back. Like, the devs are actually pretty friendly, and I actually have spoken into them a few times. Oh, I even created the TV tropes page for Legacy of the Dragonborn. Like, what I was thinking was basically, like, after I do one more playthrough, I'll probably, like uninstall Skyrim and just, like, go cold turkey on it until, like, Odyssey, at least Act 1 comes out. Hopefully by that time I have, like, a big enough audience that, like, I could, if I was to say, hey, I'm doing a modded Skyrim playthrough, help me choose mods, I'd actually get some serious suggestions. It's like, there are some obviously I would veto, like, Skyrim has a very, shall we say, adult sub-scene for modding. Like, it would be the sort of stuff I would have to go on Fansly if I wanted to show off. And I don't just mean skimpy armor, which I actually don't think would be a problem. Like, if I only use skimpy armor, I'd probably get some weird looks, but there are some, like, modest armor that I actually really like.
I got it!
Let's just... But anyways... there are also, like, a bunch of really cool mods, like... Odyssey actually lets you gain, like, this unique armor that's basically the closest thing to, like, a unique set of armor for the Dragonborn.
Don't let up.
Fun fact about Odyssey of the Dragonborn and well, Legacy. There's this other massive mod called Beyond Skyrim, which originally I've read reports that the devs for Legacy were going to just use Beyond Skyrim world space. You can probably think of the reason why that didn't pan out if you actually just think about it for a few seconds.
Don't overdo it.
I'll give you a few seconds to think it over.
Don't overdo it.
If you can't figure it out, it's because it basically would have restricted them to the world spaces that Beyond Skyrim put out. Not to mention they would disrupt with Beyond Skyrim's release schedule. So they decide. So officially, it's recommended you run them separately, but although there isn't anything in terms of code.
Just as I expected.
I would not be opposed to doing a Beyond Skyrim playthrough or two, but there is actually going to be a bit of a complication if I was to do that, since, well, Beyond Skyrim's mods are huge. Like, I could probably run Roscria and Mora without any problems, but, like,
give them no quarter.
Cyrodiil and Morrowind would probably be pushing things to the limit. Like, I'd have to cut out a bunch. I'd have to, like, limit my odds. Unless, of course, like, someone was to, like, port Skyrim to the Unreal Engine by the time that happened, but I don't think that'll happen. There's also those remakes of Oblivion and Morrowind for Skyrim that are happening.
I was just warming up.
Mermaid's Tear. Oh, it's a crafting item. Kind of was hoping that it would be like an accessory. You know, there's one thing I'm kind of disappointed with in regards to the Sorcerer's Ring. If I could change how it works, I'd make it so that, like, you actually got to, like, keep the new powers and instead... Or is it just like, you'd instead just like hold down the use button and to switch?
Let's get started.
Sonic double demon Demon Fang.
In fact, while
Just
Beyond
as I
Skyrim is
expected.
one big project, there's not going to be like any interconnectivity between the mods. Like, for example, if I was to, say, side with... If I was to side with, say, the Stormcloaks in Beyond Skyrim Cyrodiil, it would not affect anything in Beyond Skyrim Morrowind. That's actually not because of game engine limitations, but rather limitations with the creation kit. Bethesda, which is what people use to make mods in it. Yeah, see, that right there is honestly why I wish we had the ability to just, like, switch out the powers. But if you want, an example of a ridiculously sized Skyrim mod, there was actually this one, like, New Lands one on Nexus, which was, like, comparable in size to...
Don't let up.
Which was, like, several gigabytes, but the thing is, it was horribly optimized. Like, I could maybe see it being, like, 500-600 megabytes being properly optimized. The consensus seems to be it was, like, a mod for the original Legendary Edition, which... And because, well, it requires something that has not been ported to Special Edition. Admittedly, porting to Special Edition isn't, like, extremely hard. All you have to do is open a mod for the Legendary Edition in the creation kit for Special Edition, then save it. But you do need to do more stuff since it's, like, textures and stuff. I'm not too familiar with the specifics off the top of my head.
Don't let up. Don't overdo it.
There's this guy named NovaJam who actually made some, like, video.
Don't overdo
It
it.
was that looked at Skyrim mods, mostly bad ones, but there were some pretty good ones he made.
Don't overdo
Like
it.
Moon and Star, which actually lets you meet the Nerevarine.
Just as I
It's like
expected.
postscript for Morrowind.
You're
But
going
on the
down.
topic of Elder Scrolls, there is one thing I'm actually very curious to see what Bethesda will
Demon
do.
Fang.
Namely, how are they going to account for the Civil War in whatever they do for Elder Scrolls 6?
Great thrust.
I say this because if they don't, they kind of have to respond, since it's not like this is something that they could just, like, say is regional. And it's not...
Don't overdo it.
And you do have to actually address it. It would be very lazy if they, like, had the Civil War, or basically remain unresolved. There is one hypothetical thing they could do, although I'd rather not have them do it. Namely, do what they did for Daggerfall and basically pull a Dragon Break, which is, well...
We can do it!
Don't overdo it.
Basically, in Daggerfall, because the game had multiple endings, when they were picking Morrowind, they decided, screw it! Almost everything happened. The one that didn't happen was the one where the player died.
Don't overdo it.
And it was caused because of all the circumstances that happened in the game's final act. Like, basically, the player went through some plane of existence that caused time to be really screwy. Like, people would give birth to their own parents, sort of thing. And that's not me coming up with an example, that's actually something that's described in universe.
Let's go!
Don't overdo it.
Oh, wow. Ooh, I gained a new Demon Fang variant.
Don't overdo it.
I guess you could say this is the training arc that I needed.
Work. Don't overdo it.
Guardian! Just as I expected.
Now, I say that they could do this, but I'm not sure how that would look in-universe. Like, I mean, obviously, hypothetically, what they could do is... I'm guessing to reset this, I need to, like, extinguish the flames.
Let's get this over with.
Don't overdo it. First aid. Take this. First aid.
Found your That's what you get for mess.
Interestingly, I'd actually say that in Daggerfall's case, it was actually a good decision, since, well, it actually made it so that Elder Scrolls was actually able to avoid the all-enforcers evil trope, starting with Morrowind. In fact, they actually make it a plot point. Like this one of the endings you can get is this one orc chieftain really clever.
Don't overdo it.
And wants his people to be like accepted, and if you basically give him control of the Numidium, which is this giant mech, like I would be willing to bet that in terms of lore, it would actually probably be one of those powerful giant robots in Big Fish.
You cannot oppose fate.
Yeah, I probably will stream in the Unity version of Daggerfall at some point. The hang-up for me is that it is actually if you're slow enough, it's actually possible to like miss the game. And like, if you're slow enough, like one of the quest givers will decide, screw this, I'm out of here. I might actually play a Daggerfall, which is the Skyrim remake of Daggerfall, which is honestly quite an impressive feat since well, unlike like Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim, Daggerfall is actually procedurally generated. Now, I don't know if they actually made it so that like everything in the Skyrim remake of Daggerfall was like handcrafted. It sticks, or if it would all be randomized, but they actually did do one thing that would make me seriously consider doing that for, like, jumping into a Beyond Skyrim playthrough. They actually made it so you can continue your Skyrim playthrough with your character from the Beyond, from Daggerfall. You can probably figure out why they did not call the remake Skyfall if you just think about it for even 1 second.
You cannot oppose fate.
Still, I do find one thing very interesting, namely, the fact that, well, that one of the more influential games in terms of lore was actually a flop. Thanks. Okay, just give me a second. Still, on the topic of, like, 2000s RPG series, what I'm honestly kind of surprised has fallen to obscurity was, well, the closest thing Elder Scrolls had to, like, a rival. Fable. I actually remember this being pretty big. I never got into it myself since, well, I didn't own an Xbox growing up, and it's not exactly a series that is easily accessible on PC. It doesn't exactly help that even though the franchise does have, like, karma play a significant thing, at least the first game anyway, you kind of have to go with the evil option if you want to get 100%, since, like, there is one door where if you aren't married to a particular person, you can't get it into because of nobility or something. Even though there is actually someone who, in theory, could have been an option for both characters. I'm only basing this off of what I remember from randomly reading TV tropes, so
Just as I expected.
I could be getting this horribly wrong. And don't be surprised if someone, like, ends up recording that clipping that segment and putting it on the Fable subreddit for mocks or something. Which admittedly would be unexpected, since I'm fully expecting someone to actually clip one of my streams of me playing TNO and posting it r/TNO mod and saying the most brain-rotten VTuber in existence. I might actually do that as like a third-person sort of thing one day.
Don't overdo it.
Just as I expected.
Let's get started. I try to reveal thy glory. Are you ready? Angel feathers. How's that?
Change! First aid!
You know, when I was other 2000 or Oddies games, there's one thing I actually remember seeing the trailers for and was kind of surprised it was canceled. It was called Faith and a 45. You might have heard of it. Heard of it? It was like this Prohibition in era, a third-person shooter where you'd like play as a Bonnie and Clyde-esque couple.
Don't you guys
I saw trailers of it, but it got canceled. It would have been, looks like it would have been at least decent if it had been released. I wonder what caused them to cancel That reminds me, on the topic of canceled games, what I actually do think I might be able to stream one day is...
Don't overdo it.
Fallout 3. And I know you're probably looking at me with confusion since, well, there is a Fallout 3. I mean the other Fallout 3.
Pancake time.
The original Fallout 3, which you might also know as Fallout Van Buren. Plot-wise, it actually did kind of happen since basically Bethesda decided, okay, you know what, we'll actually incorporate elements into it. Like, for example, one of the main plot elements would have been like this evil scientist would have basically used missiles to cleanse the Earth. And that did actually get put into the game in the form of, into Fallout canon in the form of Lonesome Road. Obvious difference being, well, instead of an evil scientist, it's Ulysses. You know, in fact, a lot of Fallout New Vegas' content is, or at least a decent amount, is stuff that was actually scrapped from Fallout 2 and Fallout Van Buren. For example, you know the think tank? That was actually going to be this level called the EPA. Like, the evil toaster was actually going to be like a toaster that as well, but it would have just asked, do you want toast? Which, if you can't tell, is a reference to...
This is gonna be tough. Okay.
Don't overdo it.
Thanks.
Ooh, Red Dwarf.
I can't concentrate.
Don't overdo it.
And hell, Caesar is actually the most different.
Don't overdo it.
Like, originally Caesar was just gonna be like some slaver, and I'm not entirely sure why. They changed that at the last minute, but it certainly was for the better.
Take this.
Still, I do have to wonder, like, suppose Microsoft gave Obsidian the go-ahead to, like, do a full-fledged remake of Fallout 2 with all the content, which...
Don't overdo it.
So sorry.
I'm going to be very annoyed if I have to, like, reload this since, well, I actually haven't saved it.
Don't overdo it. First aid! Demon Fang! Here we go!
That was a waste.
Sorry. You okay? You okay?
Be careful. What?
No.
Sorry.
No. You okay?
Don't overdo it.
Lightning.
First aid! Be careful. First aid!
But the wildest thing about Fallout Van Buren in Cancel Location is, well, what it was what was released in its place. Like, before Bethesda bought the franchise, there were actually 4 games. The first 2 Fallout games, Fallout Tactics, which I've heard was alright, and I actually do think I own on GOG or Beep. I might actually try it out one day. Beep. I'm not sure if I'll stream it, but I would be more than happy to, like, play it offline and give my thoughts if anyone wanted me to.
You okay?
It was like, I don't remember what it was gameplay-wise, but I do. But it's kind of irrelevant because, well, long story. Ironically, at this point, it's actually better if I let my party get downed.
Don't overdo it. First aid! Don't overdo it. First aid!
You're sorry, everyone.
Don't overdo it. First aid!
Yeah, I think I can actually beat.
Work. Demon Fang.
Yes!
That was a bit...
Dennis came in with the clutch! I hope there is at least a save point or hell, a way or go back to start of the dungeon, because I am going to be extremely annoyed if there isn't. Hell, best case would be I get sent there right after this cutscene. But anyways, the other Fallout game that was released in, and the one that was released instead of Van Buren was one called Fallout Tactics Brotherhood of Steel. Although it's called Fallout Brotherhood of Steel, Google confusion with Fallout Tactics. The thing that makes this one an oddball is several. For one thing, it was never released on PC. It was actually console exclusive. Second, it actually ditched a lot of the Fallout aesthetic. Oh, that's actually not so bad. I got healed up, mind you. I'm not talking about... Like, for example... Well, instead of having 50s music, the OST consists of stuff like Kill Switch Engage, Slipknot...
Gotta know when to go!
Which... I wouldn't be opposed to, like, a radio station, but the thing is, the biggest change, however, was the genre. Instead of doing the the standard CRPG that Fallout was known for at the time, Fallout Tactics Brotherhood of Steel was basically Baldur's Gate. A Dark Alliance.
Yes. Colette is going to have a difficult journey ahead
A
of her.
lot of Fallout fans hated
being,
this change, and I don't blame them.
Colette, are you okay? I'm fine. It'll go away soon.
Okay, that's enough. You're not allowed to apologize anymore, okay? Colette, you're still up? You may feel better now, but you still need...
I
Like,
know.
the thing
I'll go to
is,
sleep in a little...
But still...
Black is the
That's
developer,
because he
the
volunteered to be
publisher
the Night
rather, of
Watch. You need to rest.
Brotherhood of...
Okay.
Okay. Good night.
Good night.
A Brotherhood of Steel loved this change and actually wanted to make a sequel, but fortunately they went
Please.
bankrupt.
Dream some good dreams for me, Lloyd.
And, like, there were a lot of hostile responses on the forums. Like, it was just insane how badly of a decision it was. And I'd actually wouldn't be surprised if, like, there's some alternate timeline out there where Bethesda didn't buy Fallout, and as a result, Brotherhood of Steel ended up killing off the franchise. Like, funny story, like, there's actually at least one GameFAQs walkthrough, and it said, may God, in fact, I'm actually gonna look it up right now. Could have sworn it had, like, some snarky thing. I know Britt and Daniel did a video on it. Many a true nerd actually suffered through the entire thing, and if you want to see someone do so in real time, and, well, let's just say his playthrough proves it's probably for the best if Bethesda forgets this, and honestly, it's the reason why I don't think Bethesda buying Fallout is the worst thing to happen to the franchise, because I would say Fallout 3 and New Vegas were great games and were
I was just warming up.
putting up with. It's Fallout 76 for. Admittedly, I am at the point where I would probably say if the next game isn't at least decent, I would probably call for someone else to buy the franchise. Or at least Microsoft to give someone other than Bethesda the chance to develop it.
Don't get
I guess
too
it would really depend. What I'm curious is going to be where the next one is set. I say this because, well, there was kind of like this unintended... Oh, Bethesda has a habit of developing their games on the East Coast, whereas Obsidian stuck with the West Coast. So, so I guess it is entirely possible that, like, if Microsoft was to set a game in the Midwest, they could, in fact, decide to give a third publisher a crack at the game. Now, style-wise, it would not be a drastic departure. That's easy. Just have Genis freeze the geyser temporarily. Yeah. Freeze it and then have Colette fly over and grab it. I think what I'll do is I'll get the statue, then I will call it a stream. But anyways, what was I saying about the Fallout locations? Oh yeah, like...
Let's get started!
I know that there's actually a few mods that are like in other areas, like... There's Fallout Miami, which is a Florida-based Fallout.
That's that.
I am going to be very disappointed if they do not refer to the main character as the Florida Man. And there's also Fallout Cascadia, which actually takes place in the city I live in. And before you ask, yes, I will actually, like, compare in-game locations to their IRL locations, since... Assuming, of course, I've actually been to an IRL location. To one of the locations. I haven't actually been everywhere in Seattle, but I've been to a lot of places. I've heard actually rumors that the next Fallout will take place in New Orleans, which actually I would be very interested. And the funny thing about Seattle is, lore-wise, it's actually eternally winter. So I will actually be able to install a mod and tell the guard. So I fully expect someone to make a mod for New Vegas that will like have any NCR soldier that says patrolling the Mojave will make you wish for a nuclear winter will suddenly combust or something. Honestly, there is one thing I would actually say that 3 does do better than New Vegas, but it's not going to be what you think. I actually think 3 has better environments than New Vegas because of, well, the metro system allowing for more diversity. But on the topic of Fallout locations, I actually think that we will not see, like, a Fallout game set outside of North America. Central America and the Caribbean I actually could see, but I do not think we'll see, like, a Fallout Beijing or Fallout out London. Well, actually... Yeah, Fallout 3 was better than most people give it credit for. Like... Admittedly, I'm saying that because I played through the version with broken steel, and, well, the ending in the original, from what I understand, was kind of a cop-out. Like, it did make sense if, like, you brought one of the human companions with you, since, well, who are you to decide to make them sacrifice themselves? Either... But in Fallout 3... during the ending, you could have a robot, a ghoul, or a super mutant, and they would all refuse. Even though in the case of the ghoul, he was brainwashed to do so, and the robot was, well, a robot. Fortunately, they did fix that, but still, like, I could understand if it left a bad taste in someone's mouth. I do have to wonder what, like, the worst possible location for a Fallout game in the United States would be. I'd probably guess it would be one of the, like, less populated states, like Hawaii I actually think would be very interesting, since, like, they could have lore-wise each island getting hit with a different amount of radiation, causing different weather. Most of, like, the south would probably be fun. More so the coastal parts than the inlands. If I had to guess, I'd probably say one of the Dakotas or Wyoming would probably be a really boring place for a Fallout. Since, well, there isn't, like, a lot there because of how sparsely populated they are. Honestly, there is actually one place I'm kind of surprised hasn't at least been heavily rumored for a Fallout game. Pennsylvania. Specifically around the area around 3 Mile Island. Like, I would be very curious to know if, like, the 3 Mile Island disaster still occurred in the Fallout universe, since, like... Ooh, that would be interesting. Huh. Like, as I was saying, what if in the Fallout universe, 3 Mile Island was actually caused by sabotage, and as a result, it was as bad as Chernobyl? Like, one thing that kind of has into my head as like, an interesting idea if I ever get the chance to, like, work with a game dev or two, is basically Talker in an alternate universe America. Like, they could actually have that be the case in Fallout. Like, I know that they had Pittsburgh in, well, the pit, but I don't think that 3 Mile Island was in that area. In fact, I'm gonna go double check it. Oh, okay, I was right. 3 Mile Island is closest to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, which is actually the capital. Well, it's kind of interesting how there's quite a few states that, like, people will think of the wrong city. Like, the most popular city is not the same as, like, the actual capital. Admittedly, I'm saying this because my state is one of those. Like, I'm willing to bet that most people would say Seattle is the capital of Washington State. It's not. Olympia is. Same for California. Like, most people would probably guess either LA or San Francisco, but it's actually Sacramento. But yeah, this was actually a pretty fun stream, and seeing Guinness is coming with the clutch was just the highlight so far. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, either on YouTube or watching the VOD, or on Twitch if that's how you chose to view it. I don't really judge. I'm Andreas Rebel, and until next time, I'll see you next assignment. Later.